Hi, Nancy Burt-Preece here, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today I'm going to show you this adorable Easter basket box that I cased from Brenda Quintana. All my contact information is there. I'd love to have you. If you don't have a demonstrator, please reach out. For those of you that are local in the area, I'm starting a new class at a local pizzeria. So reach out. Please reach out to me if you live in the Finger Lakes area. I'd love to have you come to one of my classes. So we are going to make this adorable Easter basket. And this guy, his little paws are just kind of sitting there. Is that adorable or what? It is using the Easter basket bundle, which, let's see if I can find it really quick. I wasn't sure I was going to get it. And I am so happy I did because I've done so much. Is it in here? Well, if I'm not sure, I can look in the back because there's usually a index. Could be Easter Joy. So I'm going to look at page 35 because this is part of the Easter Joy collection. So today I'm using the Easter basket stamp set and dies. You could use some of those. You don't really need it on the basket. I actually could use that if they wanted that, an Easter egg instead of that. I might have that out for people to use. So this is the January to April, and I am very excited to make this with you. So what you need is you need 2 pieces of Highland Heather, which is what I'm using. Can you use any pastel? Yes. I need 2 pieces 4x3, and I cut these baskets out. You need 2 of them to make this cute little 3D item that does stand up. Then I need a piece of 4 3/4 by 2. On both short sides, I'm going to score it at 3/8, and on the long side, 1 3/8 on each one. We need 2 bows, which I'm using fresh freesia. Last time I did Highland Heather, but I thought maybe I'd try the fresh freesia. When you are cutting out, let me get it. This die, it will give you these strips. So you need 3 for each basket. You need crumb cake, 2.5 by 1 3/4. I stamped it with Early Espresso. I'll color his ears in a minute, and I'll show you how we are going to cut that little guy. Now, if you didn't want him showing like that, you could put a little piece of cardstock over it. In fact, we might play with that this time. So let me show you how to make this adorable basket. So the first thing I learned from Brenda Quintana, which was brilliant. If you like anything like, you do meat and veggies and you make skewers, if you do that, this is a bamboo skewer. And mine is about the same size as her. It's about, it's long. It's like 12 inches long. You don't need that long, but you do need it about 1/8 inch. And so I'm going to be weaving this basket. And I tried to do this with a friend, Kathy, who's also a demonstrator. And she and I really struggled with this. And then I came upon this video by Brenda Quintana. I went, oh my goodness, this is amazing. And look what happens. I just put that right in there and move it up. I mean, brilliance. I wished I had thought of this, but I didn't. I think this is one of the most brilliant hacks I've seen because it is just so incredibly easy. And I'm going to take that out. And the middle one, I'm going to go up. I always have to go the opposite. The middle one is the hardest. Oops. And don't be as fast as I am. once you get it moving, then it's really fine. I just think it is so clever to do it this way. Has anybody thought about doing it this way other than Brenda? I don't know. But she's the one I saw, and I thought, oh my golly, that is fabulous. So once you, and if this is going to be at my technique class, so when you come, I will have the baskets and the strips cut out, but you will have to do your own weaving, which I have several schoolers, so that will not be hard. So once again, look how quick. I'll tell you, when I did it with my friend, it took me forever to try to thread these things through. It was not a pleasant experience. So thank you, Brenda, for making it a very easy experience. Make sure I bring it up so it goes through the front. Is that like the easy peasiest thing you've ever seen? Like, what? That's amazing. Come on, there we go. Put the bottom one in. Those two are easy. The middle one is a little trickier. I just wished I had thought of that. But she does a lot of 3D, so Brenda thinks outside the box all the time. If you haven't watched her, you really need to. She does the most amazing things and ideas with Hershey Kisses I've ever seen. They are so cute. Oops, here we go. This one is the hardest one. Okay. We'll talk about what you do in a minute, whether you want to glue them down. And then I'm just going to slide this one through. I'm telling you, that is just brilliance. If you had seen me and my friend trying to put those in there, I was like, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get this. It was hard. So this just makes your life so much easy. You have a couple extra you can save for another basket. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors, turn my basket over, and just go right along the wall of the basket and trim it off. It's about as easy peasy as it gets. You just take that. I'm going to come around. I am okay. Yeah, you do have all little stuff all over the place. That's okay. Now, you have a choice to make at this point. Brenda did not necessarily, that's not right. That something is wrong with this one because I didn't do it right. Oops. So here's what I'm going to do. Take that out. Don't you like when I make those mistakes right on camera? I do too. But it shows you that, hey, we all make it. Going up with this, down, up, down, up, down, up, and down. I think I had it threaded incorrectly. See, it's a good thing you have those two extra strips, right? Let's try this one again. Now let's take it out. Yep, that's the correct way. Well, you know, now you can see what to do when you make a mistake. So I'm going to come back and cut that one off. And I'm going to cut that one off. Now you have a choice. You can glue these down on the edges if you want to. That one I might because it's kind of sticking up. So I'm not going to do it on everyone. But if I see one that's just kind of not happy, put a tiny, teeny bit of glue hold it down just a little bit, and it seems good. So I got my 2 baskets. Now I'm going to make the basket inside. So the first thing I'm going to do, I've already done all the scoring, is I'm going to get my bone folder, and I'm going to bone fold all the creases. Now I'm showing you a basket that is got 3 strips. I'm going to make another card with the basket that is not threaded with strips. So we'll see how that one goes. Now, Brenda said to fold this down and just do a little angle. You don't need a lot. And if they don't match exactly, it's totally okay. And you're going to do the same thing here. It just makes it fit inside your basket a little bit better. Okay. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a teeny tiny notch. Once again, these don't have to match exactly. I'm going to do it on every single one. I just think it works better. Don't have to, but I just think it's better. Now I'll throw away all my garbage and bring this back. It should look like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold these down and just leave that middle flap. And I'm going to put some glue. Could you use a different type of adhesive? Yes, but the glue does work best. Gives you wiggle room. Now I want this on so that I still have that score line. I'm just going to kind of line it up. Oops. Let's get it lined up. And then hold for just a minute. Okay. Now, as you're going along and you see like a strip that doesn't look good, just go back and trim it a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I like putting these 2 flaps down because then I know which one I'm putting the glue on. Like I say, I'm casing this from Brenda, and she is just the master of 3D. She just understands it, which is so amazing. It's so cute. Okay, so I'm going to put that like that. Okay, now you probably guessed. Now, the first time I did this, I had this more straight. The second time I'm doing it, I'm going to follow the edge of the basket a little bit more. And I'm going to come through just because I had a little trouble with these. And I'm going to just trim this one, not too much, but just a little bit. This middle one is the one I had trouble with. See how I'm trimming this middle one? You don't have to. You can trim it after. It is feasible. If you forget, that's how I did on my first basket. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring these up, and I'm going to try to go as much as I can along the outside. She kind of did the outside of the basket at the top. So it has kind of a wide angle. And you can see, like, see how that one kind of shows? I don't like that, so I just cut it a little bit. I'm going to do it again on this side. Make sure that one doesn't show. That just bugs me. I don't know why. I'm just kind of like that. So just trim a little bit. Now, I'm doing this with an advanced stamp class because it is tricky. So I think my regular stamping people would not be happy with me, but my advanced class seems to like the tricky 3D. We only do one 3D every time because 3D can be really tricky. What I'm going to do Just kind of make sure I like the way it looks. Hold it for a minute. And I'm going to do the same on this side because I already put the glue. Making sure the way I like it, the way it looks. Hold, hold, hold. Let that glue set. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. This is where I really recommend using liquid glue. It is so much easier because you do have that wiggle room. I'm going to do this side. Hold, hold, hold. I'm going to now attach this side. Hold, hold, hold. And you've got this adorable basket. So I'm just making sure. Oops, this side is not happy. I'll hold it in a little bit. You can't rush glue sometimes. You really just have to take your time with it. I always try to rush glue. You cannot rush glue. Okay, I think it's happier now. Now, the next thing we're going to do is put these two little, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. It's probably too much. I'm going to wipe a little off. And I'm going to just use my chamois and get some of that glue right on the edge. I have to clean this chamois after because you really should be using probably some wipes instead of a chamois. I'm going to try to get that to line up. Once again, you got to hold it. Now you have to decide which side you think is the best. And I think this side isn't bad, but I think this side is the best. So I'm going to adhere. And once again, I'm putting it on the basket, not on the bow, because the bow is bigger than the basket. So I'm going to put this on. Try to get it in the middle. And then I'm going to put another bow on the back. This time I can put a little bit of adhesive right there because it's a bigger surface. And my goal is to try to get those bows to match up. They're identical, so they should be able to do that. I did not put any glue on the bottom of the bow. You could, but I didn't find like I needed it. So there we have the outside. Now, and I just think, is that adorable? Unbelievable. Would you have to put a bunny? No, but it was a cute idea. So I'm going to use a little bit of dark flirty flamingo and give our little bunny a little pink ears and a little pink nose because it's just cute. Now, she really liked the bunny having the little flap out. Could you just adhere the bunny here? You really could. In fact, I'll show you, but I'm almost wondering if I don't like this better. And I'll tell you why, because it's really hard to get this to adhere. But I will show you how to do it. But I think if I was going to do it again, or I might even just do it where you don't have to see all of his hands, you can just see a bunny peeping up. And it's easier to adhere because you've got a bigger space. So that will be up to you, but let me show you how she did it. So she cut up straight and all the way kind of like to where his little head starts. Did the same thing on the other side. And she cut over about there, as even as you can get it. It's not going to be perfect. Now leave that little middle flap, and you're going to come around and try to make that as even as you can. And so we'll come around. I did better on one bunny paw than I did on the other. And that's okay. You can just cut that off a little bit. And then what she did is she put a glue dot on the bunny. And so I'm going to just take it. I'm going to move it in my fingers a little bit because it's just easier. And put it on the front because that's the part that's going to adhere to the basket. So I'm going to move it so the bunny paws are coming out. And I'm going to just adhere that there. I don't think it really does because you'll put candy in there. I don't think you really need to cover that up. If you really dislike it, you could put a little bit of Highland Heather there, but I'm going to kind of leave it. So here we have this adorable woven basket cased from Brenda Quintana, and it'll fit some little Hershey candies. Very cute. So I hope you try this and are challenged by this idea. And don't forget to use a skewer to thread your basket. Have a great day.